All right. Okay. So we are now on part two of your binomial expansion. Basically, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to review binomial expansion with radical expression, with radical terms. Okay. So for example, we have this, which is this is actually what was on your problem. Okay. So we want to try to expand. This is another example. This expression 4 minus 2 cube root of x cubed plus 3. Okay. All right. So we want to expand this to the power of 3. Okay. So in here, your first term is 4. This is your a basically, and all of these is your b. Okay. So you have b cube root of, that's cube root, not 2 cube root of x cubed plus 3. Now whenever you have a radical expression like this to the power of something, you are better off changing the radical into exponential. So we need to change this into exponential because it'll be easier for you to do it. Okay, so let's review how to do that. Remember, if you have cube root of, say, x plus 2, that basically means all of these, okay, put that inside parentheses, x plus 2. Now remember, if you don't have any exponent here, that means 1, right? So this is 1 to the power of, 1 to the power of 1 over 3, whatever is your index here. Okay, so that's the this is the exponential expression of this. Now if you have x squared plus 2 square, okay, then that means this thing in parentheses, that's your base, x squared plus 2, this is your exponent 2, it goes up here over whatever is your index. All right. Let's try another example. So this is a mini lesson inside a lesson, really. So for example, you have x cubed plus 3, all right, cube root that, and say to the power of 4 here. To rewrite this into exponential term, it becomes x squared, x cubed, I'm sorry, x cubed plus 3, which is the one inside parentheses, the exponent here, 4, over whatever is your index, 3. Okay. Now, of course, if your index is not 3, then whatever is your index will be the one in here. All right. So that's how you change it. Now, say for example, we have this. Say 4 cube root of x cubed, or x cubed plus 3 square, for example. So now this 4 is a multiplier. You don't touch it. You just copy it. Okay. Now, same thing here. X cubed plus 3, which is your base, power of 2 over whatever is the index, 3. Okay, so this is your new exponent. All right, so let's go back to our actual lesson. All right, so this was our example. I have to write it again. Example. Okay, so you have 4 minus 2 cube root of x cubed plus 3 to the power of 3. All right, so again, this is your A and this is your B. So remember, we are going to use formula 2, this formula right here. All right, but before we do that, we will change this into exponential expression. All right, so we have 4 minus 2, you don't touch, right? 2, because that's a multiplier. Your base is this inside, and of course the power there is 1. You just copy that, x cubed plus 3 to the power of 1 over 3. All right, so this is the second term. Now all of these to the power of 3. All right, so what we did is we just copied this one. This is that, this 2 is that, and this radical expression, we just change it into exponential expression. Okay, I'm hoping I would have enough space here to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna show the solution somewhere here. All right, so we start with a cube So your A is 4, all right? So this is your A. All of these again is that's your A. 4 is your A. All of these is your B, all right? So A squared, you have 4 cubed minus 3A squared, which is your A is still 4 squared times this, all right? So you have 2x cubed plus 3 to the power of 1/3. All right, so this is a cubed 3a squared b. Okay, so that's minus, so now we do plus 3, and then next is a, right, which is 4 times all of these squared. All right, I may not have enough space. 2x cubed plus 3 1/3, that's your b to the power of 2. Okay, minus b squared. All right, so we need to b cubed. So that will be 2. Okay, this is a challenge. X cubed plus 3 to the power of 1/3 to the power of 3. All right. Whew. All right. Okay, so now let's simplify. 4 cubed is 64 minus. All right, so let's be careful here. 4 squared here is 16 times 3, that's 48 times 2, so that's going to be 96. And then this one here, we just copy that, x cubed plus 3 to the power of 1/3. All right, plus. All right, let's look at this one carefully. So this 2 is getting squared. So 2 squared times 4. 2 squared is 4 times 4 is 16 times 3 is 48. So that's 48. Now, this x cubed plus 3 to the power of 1/3 is getting squared, right? So therefore, you just multiply the exponents. So you have x cubed plus 3 to the power of 2/3. 1/3 times 2, okay? Minus 2 you raise to the power of 3, so that becomes 8. And then of course this to the 1/3 to the power of 3, 3 times 1/3 is just 1. So basically you're left with x cubed plus 3, because just 3 over 3 is just power of 1, right? So the next thing, that's pretty much clear here. There's nothing you can do with that, nothing you can do with this, nothing you can do with that. There's something you can do with this. You need to distribute your 8. So let's do that. I only have 10 minutes for this video, so all right, let's wrap it up. 96 x cubed plus 3 the power of 1/3 plus 48 x cubed plus 3 to the power of 2/3 minus 8x cubed minus 24. Okay, 8 times that, 8 times 3. All right, simplify 64 and negative 24. So let's combine that. That's going to be 40, right? 64 minus 24, 40. So that and that are the only ones that you can combine. Pretty much copy everything else. 96 x cubed plus 3 the power of 1/3 plus 48 x cubed plus 3 to the power of 2/3 minus 8x cubed. Okay, so this is your simplified form. I'd like you to try this on your own, this exact problem, and see if you can do this, and we'll move on to your rational problem.